Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Today we're doing a compatibility reading, and this is Cancer and Scorpio, which is a good combination because they're both water signs. Um, Lady Diana was a Cancer, her birthday's coming up, and Prince Charles was a Scorpio. So I have a little bit about them, the compatibility according to their sun sign. Okay, it says, after a fairy tale wedding in 1981, watched by over 750 million people worldwide, two children, a life of seemingly regal perfection, the royal couple came apart owing to marital infidelities, including Diana's public admissions of adultery and Charles' ongoing affair with an old flame. The marriage ended after 15 years. But here's a little bit about the Cancer-Scorpio matchup. Often the facade that this combination presents to friends, relatives, and the public at large, the state of the relationship enigmatic, hard to grasp even for the partners themselves. Although Cancer and Scorpio are both water signs associated with feelings, the relationship symbol is Earth, giving it a pragmatic, grounded, and physical side that emphasis responsibility, but can also be characterized as judgmental and prone to laying on guilt and blame. Cancers are like to resent Scorpio, controlling attitude. They are unusually on the receiving end of Scorpio punishment, and the relationship may in fact have a slightly or the part of the problem is Cancers have a desperate need to express their feelings, while Scorpio build their entire ego structure around controlling theirs. Threatened by Cancer display of emotions, Scorpio will repress and dominate, when actually they would do well to learn a thing or two. Cancer, on the other hand, uncanny ability to needle Scorpio, and since neither partner will act especially long suffer if they don't get what they want, they will not hesitate to if the relationship fails to provide. Picture looks, it is said that they can also be happy together if dedication, honesty, and accepting, non-judgmental affection and attitudes prevail. Friendships in this combination can be puzzling and are often misunderstood. The world tends to mainly see the couple's differences and to view the relationship as somewhat vague and lacking in definition. Only when the relationship proves efficiency, survives some hard knocks, will family and friends at last acknowledge it and take it seriously. In work and family matchups, Cancer and Scorpio will benefit from protective umbrella of group in which their roles, particularly as co-workers or siblings, are well defined. This duo does best when personal matters do not intrude and when bosses and parents expect dedication and results from them. And here's some advice. Be honest and open. Avoid double standards. Relinquish controlling attitudes. Don't let yourself be treated like a football. So, some back and forth. But here's a little bit more. Although traditionally astrology predicts an easy relationship because of the aspect, Cancer and Scorpio are 120 degrees apart in the zodiac. The relationship is apt to be pretty complex and emotional. It is a great challenge to build bridges of verbal communication to set parameters within which meaningful contact can be placed. Cancers favor unplanned interaction, wanting as much breathing space as possible, while Scorpio pushes for rules and regulations that will guarantee them control. Power struggles are almost certain here, then it will threaten the relationship's security if allowed to get out of hand. Patient diplomacy, compromise, discussion will be essential if this is to be for sale. It's a deep relationship and passionate, long-lasting. The partner's emotional encounters will stir them both profoundly. Negative as well as positive feelings will emerge. Before one of these proceeds to marriage, it would hope that the pair outline the role and responsibility expected of each partner, establishing general guidelines to guarantee the relationship a structure basis. Cancer and Scorpio friendships can be close but are difficult to maintain. The partners are unlikely to see the necessary on-setting guidelines for their interactions, let alone agree on them. Scorpio may also be suspicious of Cancer motives, which they find dubious, and actions which they see as sneaky. Cancer is likely to view Scorpio as overly moral control freaks, the results of all that is often a sort of ongoing off-again relationship. In no area, Cancer-Scorpio relationships is complex parent-child sphere. No matter which party is the parent, the child may be bewildered by the interest mix, spoiling, and high expectations. Emotional manipulation, love, resentments, kindness, and a host of other feelings are likely to intermingle and blur at the edges. Cancer Scorpio co-workers can get along well when their tasks are well defined. And some advice here is define roles more clearly, agree on division of labor, beware of hazy attitudes and expectations. Seek common principles for daily living. And here's some other famous couple in the same combination. Lannington and Lanchester. Actors Lannington and Lanchester married in 1929. Before either was well known, they occasionally worked together in films. The Private Life of Henry the Eighth in 1933, in which they played Anne of Cleves and witness for the prosecution in 1975, which both played their parts with great comic teamwork. So there we go. And here's a little bit more. Someone else, a husband and wife duo, Delancey and Bonnie, were married a week after they met in 1967. Their music success are linked to their association with Eric Clapton, who recorded and toured with them. When Clapton moved on in the early 70s, their popularity waned in the 72 with the release of their final album together. Their marriage dissolved. Here's some more write-up on it. The primary force in this combination, the partner's tendency to merge with each other to the point where they shut out the world. The relationship can be reclusive, with the partners withdrawing from social contact with other people. Family, career ties will help them to stay in contact with the world. The relationship sometimes builds connections through religion, music, film, sports, which can bring an almost holy aspect to them. Acting as bridges both between them and from them to other people, these two will periodically need to come up for air by withdrawing from each other for a time. This level of involvement borders on codependency and is not ideal for the partner's individual growth. Cancer and Scorpio can be highly sensuous, but they can equally will sublimate pleasure into other spheres such as food and physical comfort. The enjoyment here is rarely ecstatic, passionate sort, but rather is free floating and diffuse. Sleep patterns can be especially important for this pair. The relationship may also evolve in deciding non-physical direction, platonic feelings, and predominantly being reserved for more spiritual pursuits. The relationship can continue as friends long after the passion had cooled. Marriages and friendships in this combination can be counterproductive to mutual growth because the partner's tendency to remove themselves from social life, spending all their time submerged in their relationship. A situation can be set up, not unlikely that of parallel play among children who can simultaneously sit next to each other and go about their own activities, seemingly unaware of each other's presence. Nonetheless, in a curious way, Cancer-Scorpio relationship can work out, manage to serve the needs of both partners. In the family and professional sphere, the combination tendencies often arise between Cancer and Scorpio, particularly between siblings, step-parents, stepchildren, and work colleagues. All sorts of competitive situations may bring out anger, upset, and often jealousy, rivalry over the affections of a third party. Advice: be sure to separate from each other sometimes. Let go of claiming attitudes, limit combativeness, and strive for openness and understanding. So have some understanding. So that's some of the advice for the relationship, but I think it's a good relationship considering they're both water signs. I hope you enjoyed the little write-up about it. Please like and subscribe below. And thanks for all the donations, large or small. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there, and see you soon.